Hello, 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 everybody. I apologize. I'm 3 minutes late. We try not to do that ever, ever, ever. But when you are on a call with your leader, you're on a call with your leader. So I had to make sure that happened. So listen, guys. Yesterday we were talking about the law of influence, and the law of influence. Hi, Laura. We were talking about the law of influence yesterday, and it was really good. Hey, Connie, you had the right answer. Thank you for not submitting because you had just won. But I'll have to see who won. I might have to give people another day for that trivia question. We will have a trivia question today, so make sure that you pay close attention. I'm just going to actually go over quickly what we discussed yesterday to bring you up to speed. I got a great revelation today, and you guys being on, it's going to be amazing. The law of influence, we were talking about Mother Teresa and how she was not just a thought leader, but she was also a entrepreneur by nature, just because she was able to duplicate the success of her ministry over and over and over again, and basically build a financial landscape from absolutely nothing. Only an entrepreneur could do that. She did it in 25 countries and 5 continents. So she had the evidence of leadership. What was most important yesterday that we discussed was the 5 myths about leadership. Number 1, that leaderships and managers are the same thing. We learned that they are not. Managers manage processes. Leaders manage things. They don't even manage, but they create positive change. So a manager will put together certain things to make sure that processes can be duplicated, because they already know what direction they're going in, and they're going to continue the direction that they're going in. But if you tell a manager, listen, I need you to refocus your attention, and we need to make a positive change here, meaning you're going to have to change directions. A manager can't do that. A leader can. What is a good example of that is if you are in a network marketing company and you have a auto ship of 40 where you have to buy a product every month, and your leader saying, okay, we need to up this to 120 for whatever reason. A manager could go to people and say, we need to do this, and this is how it needs to be done, and people won't do it. A leader will be able to go and affect the positive change, because they're going to say, yes, we need to increase the ownership, but this is why we need to increase it, and this is going to be the benefit of increasing it. And because that leader has influence, people are going to listen to that leader and do what that leader has asked them to do. So that's the difference between a manager and a leader, and a manager and a leader are not the same thing. The second myth about leadership is that all entrepreneurs are leaders. Hi, Laura, you are so beautiful. You are such a beautiful bride. All entrepreneurs are leaders. Just because you can start a business and you know how to make something out of nothing, and you know how to monetize a product, that doesn't make you a leader. It makes you a business person, but it doesn't make you a leader, because a great deal of times good entrepreneurs are so busy making the business work that they forget to make the relationships work that continue to make the business work. Because you making the business work alone only can go so far. You gotta have internal relationships. How do I know, and what is a good example? A good example is people think that you just go to these conventions to put money in the company's pocket. It has nothing to do about putting money in the company's pocket. Those conventions grow you because you are in a place where you are around the corporate staff. You get to see how the corporate staff runs their operation. You get to see up and live in person presentations. You get to see testimonials. Your faith and your belief in your company grows. And when you come back home, then you have been injected with almost like, an NRG pill. You have all this energy about your business, and your business grows. And I'm just going to put a plug in real quick. This on the weekend of the 13th, 14th, 15th, we're going to be in Indiana, because we're going to have our Indiana convention. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. But that is one of those things that entrepreneurs need, because they get to meet those people that they see on Facebook and see that a Coach K is real, and that a Philip Birchfield and a Philip Squires is real. They get to talk to us. They get to take pictures with us, and it just grows their belief. Well, a lot of entrepreneurs will say, I don't need to do that. There's no need for me to go to a convention. Why do I want to do that? Because they're not thinking that you got to make relationships, and those relationships will pay you in the future. For instance, there were some people that I had met on Facebook, but I had never met live. I met those people live. They're like my sisters now. If it's anything that I need, whether it's product knowledge, if I need them to do a favor for me, if they need me to do a favor for them, because I made that relationship, I can call them and they're going to do that. You didn't think that's what a convention was for, but that's exactly what the convention did to me. It helped me meet Zaza, which is one of our top retailers, not just on a team, but in the entire company. I got to meet so many amazing people and see that they live their life just the way I do. So, it just gives you an added benefit. That's why an entrepreneur is not necessarily a leader. The next myth about leadership was intelligent people and powerful people are great leaders. That is not true. Because we have a powerful person right now that's not the best leader. And I'm not even going to call any names that deal with some things in the government. But I'm just saying there are a lot of governmental leaders that have power, but they are not necessarily leaders, because you can have one type of knowledge. You can be super intelligent. You can, have all the book sense in the world and not have a tinge of common sense. And as my daddy says, common sense isn't common. And book sense isn't enough. It's good that you can recite the periodic table. That's fine. But when it comes to dealing with people, do you know how to do that? So just because you're intelligent does not mean that you're going to be a great leader. Or the pioneer myth. That's number 4. That's I got there first, so I'm a leader. No, there was a young man, Edmund Hillary, who we give credit to for reaching the summit first. He didn't reach the summit first. The God reached the summit first. So Edmund knew that. There was another, expedition that he had to go on. And who did he go with? He went with the guide that got there first, that didn't get the credit for getting there first. Why? Because he knew the guide had the real expertise, that the guide was the leader, whether he was the first one there or not. And yes, it looks good and it's cute on posters. I was the first this, I was the first that. But that doesn't necessarily make you a leader. You got there first, but who do you have following you? What is your influence? Are you an influencer? Because you having the title of being the first isn't going to make people follow you. It will give you interest, but people won't just stay with you because you were the first one there. So you got to have some meat in the game. The 5th myth about being a leader. It is the position myth. I'm in a position to control you, or control what goes on with you, so I am a leader. No, there was a company called Saatchi & Saatchi, and Maurice Saatchi was the head of it. It was an advertising agency. Well, the board of directors felt like Maurice was doing a bit too much, so we're going to remove him. But what they didn't know is that the company's name did not have the influence, that Maurice built the company. Maurice built the relationships with the vendors. So when they decided to kick him out of that board meeting, guess who went with him? The executives went with him, and 2 of their largest clients, which was British Airways and Mars. Mars is the chocolate company, the candy bar company. You lost 2 major players in your company, and your stock plummeted from 8 5/8 a share to $4 a share, because I'm not going to keep my stock in a company and you just got rid of the influencer. And we also talked about, especially in network marketing, how some people, especially in network marketing companies, forget that the products for the company is the star, and they're not. So they feel like if I go and I take a group of people with me, that the company is going to fold. And 9 times out of 10, the only thing that folds is the people that leave. The company, because it has built on great core values and a lot of sweat and tears and years of processes, the company's not going to go anywhere. It's going to continue to grow because people are going to continue to join. People are going to continue to use the products, especially if they are amazing products like we have in my company. And, you just have to understand, I know that this is for anybody with any company anywhere, but you have to forgive me if I think I work for the very best company in the entire world, and I do. So we talked about how people falsely identify leaders because they don't really, they listen, we tell you what not to do, meaning don't listen to what the leader claims they are, because people can, again, make themselves whoever they want to on Facebook. Don't examine just their credentials, don't get caught up on their titles, because a title doesn't make you that. You can hit director and not really know how to operate as a director. And you know that when you see people who are directors and they haven't necessarily birthed other directors. Now, if you just became a director a week ago, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who have promoted to the first level of promotion and they're still there 3, 4, 5 years later. That's because even though you have the title of a director, you haven't grown into a director's mindset yet. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to use this class to get you there so you understand you are only what you produce. So when I hit national director with our company, which is one of the higher ranks in the company, I was excited, but I was really excited when Tia Smith, my first person that I brought into the business, hit national. Why? Because she solidified the fact that I am really a national, because I truly believe you are only what you can produce. So that was that. So then we talked about how do you gain influence. If you didn't know how to gain influence, how do you do that? You gain influence by influencing the influencer. And a lot of people think you do that by, sucking up, being a tattletale to the leader, going to tell the leader everything and, painting people in a bad light to the leader to elevate yourself. That's not how you do that. What you have to do is you have to make sure that what's important to the leader becomes important to you. So for instance, John C. Maxwell, he had gotten this big time job, it's a very important role. Went into the boardroom. He knew within 5 minutes he had a title, but he had no respect. There was a man there who had not had the college, had not had the great raising that he had, but everybody listened to him, and he was a simple farmer. But this simple farmer had the answers and he had the respect. So he had to figure out, how do I get the respect so I will have the respect and the title so I then can become the influencer? Well, he had to learn that I have to have the influencer sponsor me or tell other people that that I can be trusted. That was the only way he could do that. So what did he have to do? He had to find out what was important to the influencer and implement those strategies. That's a nugget. You need to write that down. And if you don't get it all, go back to yesterday's recording and take a look at it, because this is just an overview of yesterday. The leader who said that being a powerful leader is a lot like being a lady. If you have to announce when you walk into a room that you are a lady, you probably are not one. That was Margaret Thatcher. That was the question of the day. Okay, and then we were going to talk about, now we're up to today. So we're on part 2. We are on page 16. And again, we are coming from this book. It is the John C. Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws. Listen, guys, I'm all about saving money. Either go buy it new on Amazon, or they do have them used, gently used. You can get those. And you can also get a download. But this book is stretching me. I considered myself to be a great leader until I started reading this book. So now I'm a good leader, and this book is going to help me become a great leader. So I'm getting it with you guys. So we are on page 16, but as I was reading through this, I don't even know if we're going to get through that, because I got a download this morning. And if you don't know what a download is, I'm prophetic. So a lot of times when I'm reaching and I'm reading and things of that nature, I get pictures and I get downloads of things that are going to help the people that I'm dealing with. So I'm going to tell you what I was talking about, and just let me put the disclaimer out here before I even get started. This class is to help people become better leaders. It is not to throw shade. It is not to hurt anybody's feelings. But if you want to grow, you have to stretch. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. Think about working out. You know you want a smaller size. You know you want, to be healthy. But when you go to that gym and you haven't been there and you start lifting those weights, when you come home, if you don't take a stim sense, you're going to be sore. So this may make you sore in a sense, but you're going to grow if you really want to grow. So let me start with this. The true measure of leadership, for those of you who want to know, is influence. It's not money. It's not position. It's not title. It's not your birthright. The true measure of leadership is influence. Who can you influence? Who cares enough about what you're doing to not only follow you, but execute your plan? So a good leader doesn't just concentrate on facts and figures. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're taking notes, these are notes that you want to take. A good leader doesn't just concentrate on facts and figures. I am a numbers person. So facts and figures, I'm constantly forecasting in my business, but that's not enough to be a good leader. They study the dynamics and the habits of the people they work around. Good leaders, great leaders, not only know their numbers, but they study the dynamics and the habits of the people that they work around and they work with. It's not enough for you to just know the comp plan. It's not enough for you to just know how to forecast. It's not enough for you to just know how to promote. Who am I working with? Prime example, our company, and if, for those of you who don't know, I am a TLC National Director. Most of the people that you see Jack Fallon with are the people who started the business with him. Why? Because he knows them. They have been with him for over 18 years. The same nucleus of people, because he knows the dynamics of the people that he works with. You have to know the dynamics of the people that you work with, and then you won't be surprised when they react when things happen. So, okay, you got to ask yourself these questions, and some of them are going to be hard. Are they loyal? Are they loyal people? And who are they loyal to? Are they loyal to you? Are they loyal to the business? Are they loyal to themselves? Are they loyal to all three? It's vital that you know that, especially if these are people you're going to be investing in. Also, are they trustworthy? Can you trust them? Can you have a moment where you go vent and know that it's not going to go through the organization because you were just letting off steam? Or do you, or as soon as you tell them something, they're going to go and spread the word and make you look like you are a bad person when you are really just expressing emotion? The next thing is, are they self-grandizing? Well, I've been here since the Stone Ages and I am better than everybody else and nobody around me has the answers and all of you are ignorant and I'm the only one that can help you because I'm here to save you. Are they self-grandizing? Okay, we've been around those types of people who feel like the organization cannot run without them because they are the brain of the organization, like nobody else has a brain. Are they self-grandizing? Another question that you have to take note of is, do they operate in false humility? You know, the one that is always being people are always giving them compliments and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not really, no, but yeah, say it again. No, not really, but say it again. No, but call me that again. Yeah. False humility. It's so sickening. I cannot stand it. Do they ask questions as a way to boast about what they are doing? Okay, now this one right here. This is the sneaky one. This is when people have done something in your group or done something in your organization and they want to be acknowledged for it. And instead of them just being straight up, they ask a question like, was I supposed to buy one NutriBurst for this promotion? Because I really bought 10. Is that okay? Yeah, fake. Fake. That's crazy. Just say you bought 10 NutriBursts in the thing and call it. Do they invest back into the team? That is vital. That is vital because I match people's level of investment. I make that very, very clear. Very clear on my team. I'm going to give you the best training that I can absolutely give you. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to support you, but I will not do it all. Meaning, if I ask you to do something to build your own business and you don't do that, if you are sitting back waiting on me to build it for you, you will be waiting until Juvember. Because you have to have skin in the game. So, yeah, do they invest back? And then when they are given, like we have this thing Hillary Didier started with love boxes, where we would just send boxes out to people. You would just go to your door and you'd have a box full of products from somebody that just admired something that you did for somebody else. And they just want to say thank you and you're a great person. Somebody like that, yeah, you want to give back into that person. You want to pour back into that person because they have invested where they won't get a return. And that's when you know when people invest for real. It's easy to invest in something when you know you're going to get a ROI, a return on your investment. But when you invest and there is a possibility that you won't get a return on your investment and you invest anyway and over again, you're somebody that I'll bet on and work with and give to. Absolutely. But when you get a great deal and people have been investing in you, and when it's time for you to invest back, you have a bunch of excuses. I don't have any respect for that. I'm just going to be really, really honest with you. Those are things you have to pay attention to because you need to make sure that you are making a great investment. And sometimes a great investment doesn't mean investing in people that are going to invest back, but you want to invest with people who do give back. You know, how are you just going to take? You can't go to the bank and have $1,000 in the bank and go in there and tell them to, give you $1,000 and then the next day you go back and tell the bank, okay, I'm gonna need that $1,000 again. Well, you got it yesterday. You got to invest back in your bank account in order to pull something out. You got to put something in, right? Right. Y'all be talking and I'll come back on and answer questions. So if you have comments, questions, or concerns, please, this is an interactive training. Even though I'm doing the talking, it's an interactive training. Please write your questions, comments, or concerns. You know, if you understand, say, I get it, I something, just let me know that you're out there. Do they clap for you when you win? Now, this is a big one. This right here is a big one because there is a difference. People will clap for you. If they will clap for you no matter what, you want to pay attention to that. If they don't clap for you when you win at all, you want to pay attention to that. If you end up doing something before they do it and they can't clap for you for real, you need to pay attention to that because there is something wrong when you have people that you are working with that can't just be happy for you when you are always happy for them. It's got to be reciprocal. And when you find out that it's not, you need to make the proper adjustments. Let's see. Will they betray you for money? Let me tell you something about people. People are great people until money is involved. When money is involved or a lack thereof, people will show you who they really are and you have to believe them the first time. If money is going to make somebody change how the way they respond to you, how the way they react to you, then they weren't real in the first place. That's just the case in point. I have been blessed to have my own computer consulting firm for over 25 years. I have seen 0 weeks. I have seen $1,000 weeks. I have seen $10,000 weeks. But one thing about my character and my integrity is no matter how much came in, I didn't change because I am at the core of me who I am. That's why it's important to just be who you are. And then you don't have to look like a schizophrenic when something goes wrong, right? because now you done changed the game. You completely changed up. Why? Because it's not who you were in the first place. The real you came out when you were challenged. That's a nugget. Write that down. And we already talked earlier this week about taking people's content, using people's training and all that stuff, and then posting it as if it is your own. You know, it's nothing wrong with admiring a post that somebody puts up, but how to do it the right way. And when people constantly do it the wrong way, it's not, it's an integrity issue. Do they have integrity? Yeah, that's an integrity issue. Do they bring you information about others so you will think negatively about the same person that they're trying to get close to? So in other words, do they destroy a relationship between you and somebody else because of the information they are providing you with to only then become friends with that same person? Those are things you have to look forward to. You got to be careful, because everybody that brings you information isn't bringing you information to keep you informed. That's not right. So I had, just enlisted this thing where I just put a lid on the trash can. Why? Because I'm not a trash can. Either you're going to bring positivity and light, or you're going to leave the rest of it at the door. Because any opinion that I form about somebody needs to be because of my personal relationship with them, not because of your ulterior motives. Doggone, this is good. You're asking yourself, especially entrepreneurs, all of you all that are red like me, red personalities are drivers, and it's all about business and all this touchy-feely stuff. That's not your thing. You're not into that. If you're red or green, this is like, what has that got to do with business? It has everything to do with business, because I asked the same question. Being a red, a driver, I asked the same question. What does this have to do with business? And what I was given was this, and this is not from the book. This is from the book of Coach. This is the book that we're reading right now. But what I'm about to give you is from the book of Coach K. Didn't come out of the book, so you're not going to find it in there. When I was studying this lesson, I was given the aquarium effect. I know I said the same thing. The aquarium effect? What is the aquarium effect? And the first thing I heard was, you cannot put every kind of fish in an aquarium. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and dive into this thing, because it sounds like it's about to be good. So what I understood about is that you have different types of fish in an aquarium that have different functions. You have the decorator fish. You have the fish that's in the tank because it's pretty, it's got pretty colors, and it's just really there to bring color to the fish tank. It has no functionality at all. You have that type of person on your teams too. You've got somebody that's just basically eye candy. They're just there to be seen. Not investing in the business, not growing the business, or not at all, just window dressing, pretty much. Then you have the fish that cleans. You got the fish, their primary duty is to go around the aquarium and clean the aquarium. There are fish that are there to eat to cleanse up the water. And I don't even know anything about aquariums. I'm going to go to PetSmart after this and just ask some questions. But just to see if the download that I got was right. But it sounds like it. So there's a fish that just cleans, certain fish that are there just to clean the tank, just to keep the tank clean so that the other fish can continue to survive. That's their role. You have people that are in your business, and their job is to make sure that you are doing stuff according to compliance, that you are saying the right things about, the business in itself, that you're not lying about what's in the product, that you're calling the products the right names, that you're using, your disclaimer. Those are the fish that are in your business, and they are necessary because they keep things clean, right? Okay, and then you have you got the fish that are in the aquarium to keep order. That's the person, the fish that makes sure that there's peace in the valley, that nobody's fighting, that everybody understands everybody else's point of view. You have that type of fish in your business as well. And then you have some people that provide the nutrients for the residents. They provide nutrients. That was the best way that I could say that. They give information so that everybody on the team can grow. You want to think of this as trainers, people who train the team and keep the team working with within systems and processes so that the team can duplicate success. So there's not just one success story, there are many. And then you have the predator fish, the dominating fish that dominate the team. And what do they do? And it's not necessarily a good thing. They actually go around and they get to know the habits of the other fish in the tank. They get to know how they think, how they respond, how they react, so that they can devour them, not so that they can help them. They make them believe, I'm here to help. I'm here to protect you. Let me be your protector. And the next thing you know, they have swallowed you whole. So that is the aquarium effect. So, position and title often have very little to do with whether you are a leader. And we are going to talk tomorrow about why some people emerge as leaders. They tried so hard. Some people don't make it into leadership, but you've got some people who will emerge as amazing leaders. And we're going to talk tomorrow. No, tomorrow is not Monday. We are going to talk about why you have worked really, really hard, but your leadership attributes haven't shown up yet. And then why some people don't seem to work as hard, but they emerge as leaders. We are still in chapter 2 because it's just too much, guys. I cannot just rush through this. Again, so this weekend, if you got Amazon Prime, they can ship it before Monday. We are just on chapter 2. We're on page 17. Is where we're going to be coming from on Monday. So if you don't have this book, get the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership and take the weekend and catch up if you haven't been reading it, because you're going to get your own revelation. I would suggest that you all get a journal so you can keep thoughts and things that come to you. And in this book, I love it so much because it has questions to ask you so that you can gauge where you were as a leader when you started the book and where you are after you finish the book, because everything that is worth doing should be measurable. So you'll be able to measure your success. So now let's see about our comments. Thank you guys for coming on. I see Larry here. Hi Connie, thank you for coming on. Laura, again, thank you. Twana, hey love, how you doing, sweetheart? Pam Brown, how are you doing, baby? Girl, let me tell you something, Twana. I am not on your toes. Trust me, my feet are bleeding because I am learning so much about myself that I need to improve. So really, guys, please don't think that I'm somebody that's sitting up on a pedestal and everything's perfect with me. I'm trying to become better. So as I'm training you all, it hits me first. Believe me, it hits me first. I cannot wait. And building a relationship with you, Laura, is something I absolutely look forward to doing, because your husband is such an integral person, but he's also an integral part of our business. But even beyond that, he is so integral. I absolutely love everything about him. Yeah. The first can be last and the last can be first. Yes, ma'am. And always. Solid ground beats quicksand. And any day, you're correct. Hi, Martha. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Margot. Larry. Oh, my God. Yeah, I told you. See, you have no idea. I studied this a couple of days before I bring it to you guys. I like that I was once told, order what you want because you're going to pay for what you get. That's right. That's right. Put it in the universe. It's going to come back. Hi, Victor. Algae eater. Yes. Thank you, Larry, for helping me with that. Because, I don't know anything about fish. I was just sitting up here studying and it came to me. So I'm serious. I'm going up the street to Pet Mart to ask about an aquarium because the aquarium effect is not a part of the book. That's looks like it's going to be another training for me. Diane, how are you doing, sweetheart? I've got to get back to Colorado. When I come back, you think I was on fire before. It's going to be crazy. Hi, Jalynn. How you doing, Queen? Thank you so much, Larry. I'm glad it's a powerful message. For those of you who have not seen it, for those of you who have not seen the previous ones, we have done them all this week, so you can go back to my page and just go through. We'll have these as watch parties, but we're going to do it until we get through it because we want great leaders. And again, invite anybody. You don't have to be a part of my business, although it's the best business. You can work in any industry, brick and mortar. You can, do hair. You can do travel. You can do anything. So if you've got friends and they're actually in other businesses, make sure that you start sharing this information with them and let them know we're going to be here every day. I was a little late today, which is not something that's going to happen, but we're at 12:05 Monday through Friday. It is Coach K is training. We used to call it boss talk, but I'm like, yeah, no. I'm learning to be a boss. So it is Coach K is training every day at noon, and I appreciate you guys so much. And if it's a subject that you want me to talk on or speak on, let me know, and I'll try to do something with that. But this book right here, if your business doesn't explode after this free training series, then something is wrong. So listen, I love you guys, and I don't have a product today because I cleaned my office and I took everything out of my office and changed my office around yesterday, so I don't have any products in here. But my favorite product is, one of my favorite products is our IASO Detox Tea. IASO Detox Tea. I'll put a picture up. If you are not detoxing and you are breathing, something is wrong. You need to detox. Absolutely, positively. And our last announcement, June 1st, we are starting our Biggest Loser Challenge. It is a private page for those of you who want to lose weight. We're going to start June 1st. Don't worry about it if you don't have your products yet, because the first week is going to be an educational week. We're going to prep you. We're going to prep your body for your weight loss. And that week, we're going to get the products to you so that you will have the products. So when we actually physically start taking the products, you'll be ready. But we're going to prep your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotions before you even start. So if you want to know more about that, inbox me. I love you guys, and thank you for spending your lunch with me. Have a great day. This is Coach K, National Marketing Director with none other than the best company in the whole wide world. Total Life Changes. The Lord's Company is what Sylvester calls it. Bye now.